Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Delaware County Fair here on Wednesday. It is the 18th of September 2024. Going to look at the stakes action here on the program from Delaware County Fair. But before I get on to that, remember to follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. So it's Jugette Day. We're going to look at the 15th race. Let's see, the 15th race and the two limbs for the Jugette races 18 and 19, and I'll give you my thoughts for race number 22, which is the Jugette final, who I think is probably going to get a good race to win. So races 15, 18, and 19, and we'll talk about the Jugette final. But let's get to the 15th event now from Delaware County Fair, which is the Buckette Stakes. It's for 3-year-old fillies, purse $80,000. Field of 7 trotters going the mile trip. I'm going to take the 7-horse Sad Bird Still Sing, excuse me. I'm going to go 7-4 and the exacta here. 7-4 exacta, top selection 7-horse, Sad Bird Still Sing. This 3-year-old filly by Chapter 7. Tony Alagna trains. Todd McCarthy's in the sulky. The horse's most recent appearance came 7th of September at Yonkers in New York Sire Stakes for 3-year-old fillies final. And she finished third by 2 1/4 lengths that day, and she just really had nothing that day. She was just never into it from the back of the pack, and I just don't think she was comfortable that day. I think coming here to a little lesser quality race, shall I say, back to this track, I think she could get a good trip to win. She's running races fast enough that they can definitely win here on the half mile. She ran 2 back at the Batavia on the in the Sire Stakes on the 24th of August, where she finished third by 3/4 length that day, and she really paced home decently, or tried to home decently late, 28 final quarter that day, 154 and 3. She got around the race course well from the inside posture, and then a Saratoga Harness in the Sire Stakes on the 16th of August, finishing third by 3 1/4 lengths that day. Again, she sat back early, tried to home decently that day. Not a bad race in defeat. It's been quite a while since she's won. She's won in one offering, once in 12 offerings there this year. There we go. We got the right words in the right order. But she, on the Sire Stakes circuit, she's really been running these good races. And then they took her against some tougher horses at the Meadowlands. They ran her in the Hambo limbs, where she finished 4th, and then came back to run a week later in a 300,000 stakes race where she just didn't get a good running at all. But coming here today off some decent runs, hopefully could slow it down, not a quick half mile like she did last week, 27 and 3. If she could do that, if she could slow it down today, she could win. I'm going to give her a shot on the ticket. NY Myrna for Matt Cayley, the 4-horse, I think could win also. And the Excelsior Series final of Vernon last week, she won by 2 1/4 lengths, and basically, quick first quarter and 27-2 after that. Very easy trot, 28 to the final quarter, 154 flat. I thought that was a very good run. Best time for the horse that day also. Prior to that in the New York Excelsior at Batavia, finished, she won by 5 lengths that day, and she put on a show on the front end, 156 and 3. It's a very easy fraction, and she just had a really incredible race for her that day. She likes running on a half mile. She's drawn well here today. She's coming off a quick mile, a career best last week. I'm going to give her a shot on the ticket, but to recount my selection for the 15th from Delaware, it's the Buckette final. Going to take the 7-horse Sad Bird Still Sing. Give kudos to this 4-horse New York Myrna, or NY Myrna, 7-4 exacta. Use them both in the pick 3 or pick 4. There was a pick 4 that begins with race 14, so use her there. Let's head over to race number 18 now from Delaware, which is the 54th Jugette 3-year-old filly's first limb. We have a field of 6 pacers going the mile trip, going for that $25,000 purse. The top 4 of this race will head to the final, which will be recorded as race number 22. I'm going to take the 5-horse Caveat Bell. I'm going to go 5-3 exacta here. 5-3 exacta, top selection of 5-horse Caveat Bell. 3-year-old filly by Captain Treacherous. Nancy Tactor trains. Yannick Gingras in the sulky. The horse's most recent outing came at the Pocono in the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes final, and the horse finished 4th by 3 1/4 lengths that day. And that day, she sat back early with the cover that day. She really paced home decently late, quick middle quarter for this horse, but, she got around the race course well in the half. She's run races definitely fast enough that could win 149 and 1 earlier this year. If she runs that race today, she could win. But coming here, I'm going to give her a shot on the ticket. 2 back in the Lynch at Pocono on the 17th of August. She finished 3rd by length that day, and she sat back early. She paced home a decent race late, but she just needs something more there. And then the Shady Daisy at the Meadowlands on Hambo Day, she finished 6th by 3 1/4 lengths that day, and she was wide, just never really getting into it. Her races in the midsummer, she won the Tompkins at the Meadowlands at 1:51, not the fastest time, but in a quick race in the Silverman before that, winning by 2 1/4 lengths, pacing home terrifically in 25 and 3, 149 flat for this horse. That was an incredible run on a very fast track, but still incredible run. She's a versatile type. She might like the I think she'll do okay with the half mile, but I think the mile track is probably what she wants to do better on. But coming here today, 3-1, I think she could win. The 3-horse Dandy's Mercy for Scott Zeron coming also was a winner 2 back and at Patoga quite easily by 2 and 151 and an overnight there going away with it. Came back from last week behind my girl Elle in the EJ in the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes, where she finished second by a length that day, where she just couldn't get there late, but they were flying. 149.3 there, and then the Lynch Conso at Pocono back in August. She won by 3.25 lengths that day. 149.3. She really ran some quick times. Her times as of recently have been very fast. Coming here to the half mile, she's proven she can run on a 5/8. I'll give her a shot here on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the 18th from Delaware, it's the Jugette final. Jugette first limb. Excuse me. Going to take the 5-horse Caviart Bell. Give kudos to the 3-horse Dandy Mercy. 5-3 Exacta. Use them both in the multi-race. Let's get to the 19th race now from Delaware, which is the 54th. At Jugette for 3-year-old filly second limbs, going for a $25,000 purse. 6 paces are going the mile trip. I love the 1-horse My Girl EJ as a top selection. 1-6 in the Exacta here. 1-6 Exacta top selection. 1-horse My Girl EJ. This 3-year-old filly by Sweet Lou. Ronnie Burke trains. Dexter Dunn's in the sulky. The horse's most recent outing came the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes at Pocono this 9th of September. First start in about 3 weeks was a success for this horse. Won by a length that day. Coming home 149.2. Some very flying fractions up front early on. They kind of crawled home a little bit late, but that was a very good run for her to close up into. And with the pace meltdown, a good race off the bench. Coming here to a smaller track shouldn't be a problem. Second off, she should really be fresh to run a good race here today. She ran the Lynch prior to that at Pocono on the 17th of August, where she finished 5th by 2 lengths that day. And again, she was just a little bit lackadaisical. She never really got a good trip from the mid-pack there. And then the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes for 3-year-old fillies at the Meadows on the 9th of August. She finished second by 1.25 lengths, and again, she came home decently late. She couldn't catch the winner at the jump on her, but she got around the race course well. You know, she won the Audio Volvo at the Meadows quite nicely in June, and then had a very good place behind Caviar Bell in the Silverman earlier this year. But coming here today, I'm going to give her a shot here on the ticket. I think she could win on the ticket. I also think the 6-horse odds on Platinum for Tom McCarthy can win also. She had a very good race in the Lynch back at Pocono back in August, and then came back to just had a little bit disappointing races up north at Woodbine after that. But I think coming here to a half-mile track, she could win. I would give her a shot on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the 19th now from Delaware, it's a Jugette second limb. I'm going to take the 1-horse in My Girl EJ. Give kudos to the 6-horse odds on Platinum. 1-6 Exacta. He's in both in the multi-race. Now, my thoughts on the final for the Jugette, which will be race number 22. I think My Girl EJ is the horse to beat. Let's see how she gets out of this limb here. But I think this is, out of both of the limbs, I think this is the easier one of the two. And I think in the final she'll be very hard to beat. But watch out for Caviar Bell and Dandy's Mercies also. But like I said, if I had to give you a top 3 for the final, which will be race number 22, it would be My Girl EJ with Caviar Bell and and Dandy Mercy. So that's my top 3 for the final. With that being said, good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck everybody.